What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Electrician's Broom. Last week we went over three-way switching where you have your switch leg on one side and your power source on the other. Today we're going to go over dead-end three-way switching where you have your power source as well as your switch leg on the same side. Let's get into it. Before we start drawing stuff, our neutral is going to be a dashed black line because obviously we can't put white on the whiteboard, so just so you know, if you see that dashed black line, that is a neutral. So like I said, in a dead-end three-way, we're going to have our power source and our switch leg coming in on the same side. Now, the neutral from the power source and the neutral from the switch leg is just going to get tied in under a wire nut with no pigtail, and now we can move on with the rest of the circuit. Now, the switch leg or the wire that goes to your light is going to come directly from your light, and that's going to get landed on the black common screw on your three-way switch. So I've drawn in our traveler wires, and that is the group of wires that gets landed between the two switches. So I'm going to go ahead and draw these in and indicate where they go. So first of all, the neutral wire from our set of traveler wires is going to get landed directly on the power source wire. And then moving to the other switch, that neutral on the next switch location is going to get landed onto the black common screw of the three-way switch. Next, we're going to take our black traveler wire, and that's going to get landed directly on to the brass screw of our three-way switch. Next, we're going to land the red traveler wire on the brass common screw of our three-way switch. Now moving to the other side, it's going to be the same thing. Take our black traveler wire, land it on the brass screw of the three-way switch. Take our red wire, and that is also going to get landed on the other brass screw of the three-way switch. So now that we have all our wires drawn in, we can actually go over the circuitry of what's actually going on here. But first, if you are enjoying the video or learning something, I would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Onward. And like I said previously, the switch leg coming from the light gets landed on the black common screw so that it can be switched on and off depending on which position the three-way switches are in. Now, the black wire that is coming in with the power source is going to get spliced directly to the white wire from the set of travelers. Now, we've indicated that this is a neutral, but this is no longer functioning as a neutral. But that wire gets spliced in directly with your power source, and then it goes all the way over to your next switch location and is landed on the black common screw. Now, what that leaves us with is our black traveler wire as well as our red traveler wire, and those gets hooked up and landed just as normal on the brass screws of the three-way switches. The black as well as the red function the exact same way as if you were to do line side on one side, switch leg on the other. So we have our power source coming in right here. That goes to our black traveler wire, which carries over to our next three-way switch, which goes to our switch leg wire, carries all the way up to our light, providing power to our light. And just like we covered in the last video, if we were to change the position of this switch to the red traveler wire, we would no longer have power flow all the way up to our light because we have changed this from the black traveler wire to the red traveler wire, and we are still engaged on the black traveler wire at this switch location. So that covers the circuitry of a dead-end three-way switch, and as you can see, it's called a dead end because at this switch location, it's just a dead end of wires. You don't have your line side or a switch leg. All you have is the dead end side of your traveler wires. And I know that it looks kind of complex if you look at the power source, the switch leg, especially on this side. Actually hooking up the wires can be quite confusing, but if you break it down and just follow the flow of current, it's really not that difficult to understand. So that wraps up the circuitry of a dead-end three-way switch. As always, electrical work is dangerous and it can kill you. Just because you watch a video like this does not mean that you can perform the work. Electrical work is not without its risks. Always consult with a professional. But that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.